Hi, this is Denise Gustafson, the editorial director for My Print Resource and Wide Format Imaging Magazine. And this afternoon we have Boris Katsnelson, who's the president of Speed Pro Imaging with us. So welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Great, thanks for joining us. So I guess the first thing is you're new to the industry, and can you tell me a little bit about your background and your new role at Speed Pro Imaging?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Boris Katsnelson. I'm the president of Speed Pro Imaging, as you said. My background is coming from helping companies reach their full potential, and that's what I've done in my career up to this point. So I acquired Speed Pro Imaging about a year ago, and I saw just a tremendous opportunity for a great brand to really propel further into the wide format imaging market. And we have basically an industry that's growing at 2 to 3 times more than the GDP, as you probably know, and just a terrific brand to continue to propel that. So Speed Pro Imaging, we have 120 studios. We basically are doing, we're on the cutting edge to do extreme resolution graphics. We really focus on trade show exhibits, retail signage, vehicle wraps, and more. And our owners are really a key differentiator in our market. They really come from corporate backgrounds and really have a customer-first orientation. So they're really a cut above when I sort of compare with other franchise systems I hear from our supplier partners. Our owners are a little bit unique, and so quite different. So.
And also, that's another thing I was going to ask is, how do you differentiate yourself from, there are a number of different signed franchises in the market. You said, corporate background for a lot of your owners. Is there anything else that really makes you call them studios as well, different from shops. What else makes them unique?
Yeah, really it comes down to the owners. They come from corporate backgrounds. They are really focused on quality customer service. That's really kind of a hallmark of Speed Pro owners. And so we want to empower them with more tools to be able to continue to propel and build their business. So we are able to do things with national account programs right now that the collaboration really amongst those owners is really what's unique and different. And we've done, so when I came into the business, I saw a terrific opportunity to give them more tools and more things to do to propel their business. So last fall, we did a whole work on brand repositioning. So understanding the essence of our brand, what it means externally to our customers, what our internal folks are really good at. And so we relaunched that brand. We've sort of made some modifications to it, created a tagline, great big graphics. So really talking about the quality that we do, the large products that we do, and then it's graphics, because imaging can sometimes be a misnomer in some context. So we really, that's really our focus. And so we did that brand work. We've now manifested that into a brand new next generation website. We have new collateral pieces for our owners that we've launched. We've got private e-commerce stores. We are going to announce a new workflow tool set for our owners. So really doing a lot of deep dives to help them with more tools to succeed in their business. Yeah,
that's great. Now, and that's since a year. So what else? What else? How do you envision this franchise going forward? What other plans do you have to continue some of this momentum moving forward? Yeah,
so our system really, we want to continue to give them more and more tools to kind of continue to grow their business. So we really, I think at the end of the day, for us, it's harnessing that power, that customer-centric mentality, and continue to drive that into our owners so that they can get close to their customers. We're really relational-oriented people, consultative approaches to the business, which I think is a really unique element, like what I was referencing earlier. So we really want to continue to perpetuate that, and that's how we're going to win. So we really also do, when we find our franchise partners, it's not really, we don't sell franchises, I like to tell people. We really want to find the right match with our owners. So that is really key to our brand. And so since I got involved, we've done psychological profiling. So we know who is the right type of owner, who our A players are, and we match up our new folks on a bunch of different dimensions. We try to find the right people. And so we don't sell franchises, we award them. So we're actively looking to grow our system. We're at 120 units, as I said, in 30 different states. And we see our business going to 250 or 300 units of really thriving, successful owners. So if they're growing, then we grow. And it's really that partnership approach is what we take.
Now I know, was it yesterday that you just announced the partnership with EFI? Can you tell me anything about that partnership?
Yeah, absolutely. That's really a big step for our system. We've been relatively closed as a company in terms of the equipment that we've offered in our chain. So we really have, we start everybody with a Roland and XR640 right now as their initial studio package. We have upgraded option where they could do latex and a flatbed as well. But typically people start with the Roland, build their business, then they'll add equipment.
And then move on from there.
That's right.
Okay.
So they continue to scale. I mean, that's the beauty of our model. It's really not multi-unit per se. It's really about scaling and growing. So we see a lot of our owners adding more square footage. They added staff to it, but it's not a multi-location type operation. So with EFI, we actually connected with them at a similar show last year.
Okay.
With them, and we're encouraged to look at their H1625 hybrid printer, and thought that would be a good fit. So we did a very careful vetting process of different equipment out in the marketplace. We're always looking. Brought on somebody to our team, as director of technology, a guy named Tom Curry, who's been in our system for over 10 years. He was one of our first franchisees, sold his studio, became a full-time regional developer, and I brought him onto the corporate team in the fourth quarter in this capacity. I mean, he's a sort of self-proclaimed tech geek, and he loves this stuff. So he's doing this, and he vetted it very, very carefully. We love what the capabilities that it can drive, and we really love the organization that is EFI. I mean, we certainly have, not to take anything away from Roland and HP, they're key partners for us as well, but we really love the capabilities that EFI can bring to the table. We've already placed 2 of those units in our studios, one in New Hampshire and one in Texas.
Great.
And having terrific results.
It's good. That's really, really good to hear, especially since that announcement just came out.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Very, very positive. So I guess, moving a little bit outside, to more of the industry as a whole, you're kind of new to the industry. So, what do you think successful companies need to be thinking about in order to continue being successful?
Yeah, I think, as I keep going back to, it's about being customer centric.
Okay.
And the world that I come from really, like you said, is outside of the print industry. But I think fundamentally bringing business toolkits and a business sense about things, it's really about customer first is job one. And we deliver that customer centricity in everything that we do. So I think people in our industry, not that this is a real secret, but that's our secret sauce. It's that relationship base. It starts with that franchise owner. That's why we're so selective in who we bring into our system, because that's the core essence of our brand. And so I would encourage people to, really understand your customer needs, understand what they want, and then, build that around them. And it's not easy to do. And that's really what I say is really our sustainable competitive advantage, and all these things that we do, we continue to reinforce that for our owners, give them more tools, more support. And one thing that's also quite unique about our business is that we have regional developers that are our support infrastructure. We have 27 of them around the country. And what makes that unique, it's not a support person from corporate. These are people that have either currently run or have run Speed Pro studios. So there's no better person to coach and mentor and support from a business standpoint.
Done it already.
It's done it in our exact model and knows how to build it. So that's a terrific thing for us, and so that's what makes another thing that makes Speed Pro quite unique.
Oh, great. Now you mentioned that one of the reasons why you moved in, had that partnership with EFI is conversations you had at another trade show. What makes trade shows so important to your business?
Yeah, trade shows are critical for us. It gives us another great touch point with our partners, and we view them truly as partners. They're not vendors to us. They really are an extension of our businesses. I think an old adage goes, you treat a supplier or partner just as important to you in your business as a customer is, and I truly believe that. So we've had an opportunity to continue to connect with those folks. I met with about a dozen of our partners yesterday, and we're having our convention, as you know, in a few weeks coming up, and we've really integrated our supplier partners in a lot of what we're doing at convention, which is pretty unique for us as a brand. And I've gotten really welcome feedback both from our franchise owners and from our partners, and it's going to be a great event here in about 5 weeks. So coming to these shows, it allows us to connect with our existing partners, meet new partners, see what technology's out in the market. We're always looking at new things. I was just visiting with Roland, looking at their display studio and seeing how that can be a fit for us, because our owners are very sophisticated in how they do it, but it's a different market. But I think it could be something that we absolutely can adapt into our studios and help their customers at the end of the day. All goes back to the customer.
Yeah, and that specific thing is becoming very complementary to the printed piece as well.
Exactly right.
Now, one last question is, what kind of issue or challenge about your business right now is keeping you up at night?
Yeah, I hate to keep harping on the same topic here, but it's really about the customer. And we every day we want to be closer to that end customer. And so what can we do to empower our franchise owners to get closer to that customer? And so, with a changing marketplace that's always, in every business it's always adapting and changing, we want to understand the customer needs. So what technologies do we need to deliver to solve that customer pain point and problem. And so that's everything with the franchise partners we bring, the suppliers we bring on, it's always helping us touch that customer. So I'm always thinking about how do we get to that customer.
All right, great. Boris, thank you so much for taking your time today. I really appreciate it. It was a pleasure to speak with you.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thanks,
Great,
Denise.
thanks.